So welcome. So we're going back to the basics, get started from CC pen testing. Alright, crash course on various topics in penetration testing. We got a little introduction link right here. Alright, and yep. A lot of these, just so you know, I've just kind of answered them throughout my time. Just pretty much just trying to keep my streak going. But I'll forget for a day, then I'll lose it. So if you see stuff that's already answered, that's why. And I believe we also did CC pen testing. I believe we did the SQL injection during EJPT classes that I gave. So, but yeah, we'll let's go ahead and we'll start this nmap machine like right here. Let's do a bash script and get my Kali Linux started up. That VPN or TryHackMe VPN started up. Let's go ahead and oh, stepdaughter's back. Let's see if did she get a skateboard? She got her helmet. I don't think she got a skateboard. She was looking for a skateboard. That's all. Neighbor was leaving a skateboard down so that she would see it. She could get it, but I guess not. Not yet. But no, this machine's starting up. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the baby monitor. My son's sleeping like right now, so I'm gonna grab that and I'll be right back. Alright, so that machine started up. Let's go ahead and grab him, see if we can ping him, and see what we can look at here. So let's go ahead and start an nmap. And let's just go ahead and do an nmap tac help. Yeah, I figured. I saw her running back up, and I saw her running, not skating. Samuel's down, and he's already sleeping. So if we do an nmap tac help, we can see we got a whole bunch of stuff in here, right? We can also do a manned nmap for the manual. Alright, but we're going to do an nmap tac help. Let's start to look through these different questions, start to answer them, right? What does nmap stand for? Network mapper. How do you specify which ports to scan? So, the very first thing we're going to do is nmap tac p, right? Let's go ahead and get another window opened up over here. So we're doing nmap tac p. Alright. What is a flag to run a UDP scan? So if we look on here, it should be tac su to run a UDP scan. So tac su, yep. And if you're running a UDP scan, it's always a good idea to do something like let's say we did tac p 169, I think it's UDP, right? UDP port, I think, right? Then we do tac su or tac su, tac top ports. And then we'll say equals 10. And then we'll only do the top 10 UDP ports. Or we can even do some of this, like, hey, I want all ports, right? But we'll actually only do the top 10. Okay. So something like that, right? Or just like this. And then just throw that IP address at it, and now scan for the top 10 ports up right there for UDP. UDP is a much slower of a scan. I think it's 161, not 169. But much slower of a scan. So how do you run default scripts? tac sc. You actually see me do that a lot whenever I do the nmap tac p21, right? tac sc, default scripts, tac sv, find the version. Okay, so default scripts. What are default scripts, right? Let's go ahead and do a quick search. And we'll say nmap default scripts. And let's change it over to English. And we have default NSE category nmap. Okay. So here's the scripts, right? We do a control F and actually look up just default. Default category is default. Okay. And this is everything you're going to look through in the default scripts. Now you see FTP anonymous is on here. And that's usually what we use default scripts for, real quick. But we have HTTP GIT, GIT, okay, checks for Git repository, the different methods, alright? It's a proxy, open proxy, robots.txt, if that's on there. You know, there's quite a few things that happen in here, right? SQL information, things like that. So this is just part of the scripts, but we're not typing in tac script equals, right? Because we're not trying to pick one script. We're saying, hey, all these scripts I want you to go ahead and run through. We can do exploit. We can run through all these scripts if we want to, okay? But we'll just do default, and there we go, okay? But we can tell it which script we want to run through, right? Or we can just pick one, such as in whenever we do like tac SMB, tac vuln, star. So instead of picking every single exploit one, we're just saying, hey, I only want you to pick the SMB vuln star one, right? So anything that falls underneath this SMB vuln, okay? So that's going to be your default scripts for mmap. And that's going to be TAC SC. How do you enable aggressive mode? That is going to be TAC A. So if we go ahead and we get rid of all this, right? So let's say we want to search for TAC P. We'll say 139, 445, 80, 80, 80, 443, and then we'll do a TAC SC, right, for our default scripts. TAC SV, figure out the version. TAC A, that's going to be the aggressive scan. Okay. TAC O from there. We'll do, hey, try to figure out the operating system. We are going to need a sudo for this because we are running that TAC A and that TAC O. Alright, this is deploy the machine, and hopefully one of these ports are in there, but we'll go ahead and we'll try that. Remember, TAC P TAC, we're doing mmap TAC P TAC. That's going to be, hey, I want you to scan for all ports. Okay. TAC VV is going to be very verbose. That's going to show it as it comes across. So see how nothing's showing here? Let's go ahead and do it with TAC VV. See if we get anything now. And we start to see more stuff, right? We start to see different things. And it does say, hey, I discovered an open port on port 80. So it already knows. So 139, 445, 80, 80, 443 do not exist. Port 80 does. Okay. It's retrying the OS detection. Now, obviously, the more stuff we put in here also, the longer it's going to take, right, for mmap. So we go TAC VV. I like to do TAC C4. That's just time of 4. Default is 3. TAC N, no DNS lookup. TAC PN is do not ping. And then if we do it over here, now remember, now it's going to look for every single port. As you say, I discovered port 80. That's why this one's already trying to figure out what the operating system is, things like that. This guy figured out port 80, but now he's looking at all 65,535 ports. Alright. So we get this, okay, we get an Apache 2.4.18. What version is the server? And then what is the output of the HTTP title script included in default scripts? Okay, so we already ran our default scripts, right? So let's go ahead and see what is the output of that. And it looks like HTTP title is right here. Apache 2 wants a default page, and it works. So we should actually be able to go to that site, and we'll see that it is a default page, and it is. Okay. And there we are. So we've now completed the mmap room. So continuing on, okay, we have Netcat. We'll go ahead and terminate that machine. And we'll start with our Netcat. So Netcat, aka NC, is an extremely versatile tool, and just like we usually use it to get reverse shell, right? NC, TAC LVNP, right? Which LVNP, N is not here, but TAC LVNP, and then we list for a port, correct? So we can also try to get into different ports. I shouldn't even actually close that one out, because we can also try to get into different stuff, but it's alright. So we can do like Netcat into different things. We can do like a Netcat into port 80. So we can do a Netcat into that IP address on port 80. Alright, it's not going to be able to find it like right now. Then you do like a get slash HTTP 1.HTTP slash 1.0, I think, something like that, or 1.0 slash 1.0, I think, something like that. Okay, I forget exactly what it is, but alright. So with Netcat, if we do a NC TAC help, TAC H, I guess, for help, we get this like right here. Now it's not going to be nearly as much information as what mmap had, okay? But it says, how do you listen for connections, right? How do we listen? That's going to be our TAC L. Now remember, usually we're typing in NC TAC LVNP, and we can actually look, what does all that mean, right? TAC N is numeric only, IP addresses, no DNS. Alright, that's what we're doing with TAC N. Okay. So, how do you enable verbose mode? TAC V. Alright. How do you specify a port to listen on? Our port to listen on is going to be TAC P, local port number. Alright, that's why I put that P at the end. And how do you specify which program to execute? You okay? Oh man, she slammed the door. I think the wind took it. Which program to execute after you connect to the host? One of the most famous, TAC E, which is going to be the file name, program to execute after connection. Okay, dangerous, right? How do you connect to UDP ports? And that's going to be a TAC U for UDP mode. And there we go. All right, that's our Netcat 1. Usually we use it for reverse shells with NC LVNP. That's what you're going to see it mostly used for. And also to be able to look at, like I always like to do like a batter graph kind of thing. Next up, we have GoBuster here. So GoBuster can do a lot of things, but it's a directory buster, right, for websites. Go ahead and start that machine up. And we've used it before. We've also used Python 3 dir search. We've used Zap. We used dirb. We've used dirbuster. We've pretty much used everything. but GoBuster is one of the famous ones, and it comes pre-installed on Kali Linux. So let's go ahead and look at GoBuster like real quick. You okay? The wind took it. About 30 more seconds. Oh, what's that? You make yourself Asian stuff? Look at you. That good stuff. Man. I know I can cook stuff, but throwing hot dogs in the microwave, that's where it's at. Alright, while this is loading up, we'll do a GoBuster tac help. See what we got here. Alright. GoBuster actually doesn't have that much stuff in there, it looks like. It can do a lot, though. So how do you specify directory file brute forcing mode? We do this all the time with GoBuster dir tac-u, right? So we usually type in GoBuster dir tac-u and then something after that, right? So dir uses directory file enumeration. How do you specify DNS brute forcing? DNS, okay, use DNS. We have done vhost also. Remember, that's going to look at what comes before something like right here. So if it was like www or admin dot whatever the website is .com or whatever, I would try to find that admin. I would find that before that. Okay. So what flag set extensions to be used? TAC-X will do that, which I don't think TAC-X isn't even on here. But if we were typing like TAC-X PHP, then it would only utilize, it would look for whatever .php. What flag sets wordless? TAC-W, obviously. How do you set a username for basic authentication? Okay, that's going to be a capital U. Is going to set a username. So we admin. If we were to do capital P, admin, I believe it's capital P. How do you set a password? Yep. So if we had a site that you couldn't even look at without some basic authentication, we'd have to do a capital U, capital P. How do you set which status codes GoBuster will interpret as valid? Okay, so we can actually say TAC-S 200. We can say comma 301, 303, 403. All right, something like that. Okay. So we could do that if we want to. How do you skip SSL certificate verification? All right, that's going to be TAC-K. Allows you to do that. Skip your SSL certification. Okay. How do you specify a user agent? That's going to be TAC-A to specify a user agent, which a lot of this stuff is not on here. Well, man, GoBuster. There's some of that. No manual for it either. Man. Alright. So how do you specify HTTP header? That's capital H. Okay. What flag sets the URL of brute force? That's going to be U. Deploy the machine. Okay, cool. What is the name of the hidden directory? Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. GoBuster dir tac-u. We'll do threads 100. We're just going to use comma.txt. So dir b / comma.txt. Alright, and HTTP. Boom, boom, boom. And we'll throw in this IP address right here. And it also says what is the name of the hidden file with the extension XXA. So since we're using the extension now, we're going to have to do, we can do that same thing. GoBuster dir tac-u. Bam. Okay, and it looks like we do have that secret like right there, right? So there's secret. Let's go ahead and do that same thing. This time TAC-X XXA. We'll see if it finds anything. Index.html. Password.xxa. Okay, so there we go. So there's those two things, right? We can probably do a wget if we really want to for that. I mean, if we really want to go hardcore, we can do wget http. Let's see what it actually says. /password.xxa. Let's see what that actually says. Cat password.xxa. Easter egg. Oh, there we go. Okay. Alright, cool. So that is GoBuster. Web enumeration Nicto. So he doesn't actually have anything up on him, so we're going to keep this guy up. Alright. So for Nicto, very first question was, hey, how do you specify which host to use? So if we type in Nicto, tac help, I believe it is, yep. So this has a lot that you can actually do on it, but the help menu isn't really very good. We could try to do tac help like that, but the help menu isn't really the best. Okay. Yeah, we'll do, so for help, we can go ahead, or for host, we do nicto-tac h, and that's going to be our host. Alright, which host to use. So nicto-tac h, HTTP. There we go. And now I'll start running a nicto scan like right there on him. What flag disables SSL? Okay, so if we want to disable SSL, we type in tac no SSL. If we want to enable it, we type in tac SSL. Or tac, excuse me, not tac, just tac, no SSL. Then we have how do you force SSL, tac SSL. How do you specify authentication, the username and password. We don't have a username and password to put in, but that would be a tac ID. So we're going to come up here, nicto tac help. We see we can do that with host authentication to use. Format is pass realm, so pass ID and password. Okay, so that'd be ID. If there's a plus sign afterwards, that means that needs information after that. That's what that means. How do you select which plugins to use? Plugin. Okay. Stack plugins. List of plugins to run. Default is all. Okay. Then we have how do you which plugin checks if you can enumerate Apache users. So let's go ahead and let's look at some plugins with list plugins. Let's go ahead and do a nicto tac list plugins. And we get a whole bunch of plugins here, right? And then we can try to actually grep for, I guess, since it's Apache, right? So let's go ahead and grep for Apache. Can we do that? And plug in Apache users. There we go. There's one like right there. How do you update the plugin list? Tac update. So if we do a nicto tac update, that'll update the plugin list. Update is actually depreciating. Get version of nicto. Please pull from the Git. Oh, would you look at that? Can I do this? Because we're not doing that anymore, huh? And how do you list all plugins to use? List plugins. Okay, so we just did that right up here. Right? We actually just did that one, and we grep for Apache, and that worked for us. So this one actually has a tac list plugins. But next we are looking at Metasploit. So let's go ahead. Metasploit setting up. How do you display information about a specific module? I actually did not figure that one out. Let's do an MSF console, and we'll try to run this guy and see what we can find. Remember, MSF console tac Q, all that's going to do is just make it so this little banner will show up. And if it's type of banner, most important command in Metasploit is banner. And all that does is change the banner up top. I'm going to exit out of here. So now let's try to figure this out. So I actually don't know which one to actually use for this. I tried to just type in show, but that was not it. So I'm going to try to type this guy in. So it says, what command allows you to search modules? That is search. You've seen me use that many times. So we could search for MS-17 or search for, so if we actually look up, let's see here, search exploit MFP. What is that? Okay, cool, Metasploit. So let's actually want to look at that guy like right there. Search exploit tac-m. I want to see if this guy actually has a, because you could search by the CVE. I want to see if this guy has a CVE number in it, pretty much. It doesn't look like he actually does, which kind of sucks. But yeah, you can search by CVE also. Alright, so search, okay. How do you select a module to use? So you type in use, they can either do a number or double click on here, copy and paste. So we can say use 8. There we go, okay. How do you display information about a specific module? I thought it was show. Maybe it's not. Reload, rerun, run, reload library, pry, edit, creds, vols, list of all vulnerabilities, database, notes, hosts, displays module given type or all modules, search, reload all. The latest module stack makes it active. List the module stack. See, I do not know. Tips shows a list of useful productivity tips. How do you get information about a certain module? History, no. Exit, repeat. Color. I don't really know what it's. I'll just do show options. That's what I would do, but that's about sessions. Into that grep for module, that's not going to work, is it? Okay. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and look it up. So, how to display information about a specific module, Metasploit. Okay. As a current module, displays information about one or more modules. What does that say? Info? Maybe it's info. And that is correct. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and do an info. Can I do info like that, or how do I do this? Also known as eternal blue. References. Cool. Alright. I knew about info. I knew the command was there, but I just didn't think. Alright. How do you list options so that you can set? So we would do a show options. We can see how we list them. I don't think options work. Okay, options does work. I've always done show options, but options. See what we can set in here, right? Or what we need to set. What command lets you view advanced options for a stick model? I believe that's advanced. Yep. So if we do a question mark, scroll all the way up to the top, I believe it's advanced up here. Advanced displays advanced options for one or more modules. So if we type in advanced down here, there we go, we got some advanced options down here, right? Cool. And how do you show options in a specific category? Show. So it'll be show options, show payloads, alright, and yep, that's how we can find different information in there. Let's keep on moving down here. Let's go ahead and get this Metasploit final walkthrough up and running also. So Metasploit selecting a module. How do you select the eternal blue module? Okay, so that'll be use, and then it'll be this like right here. So it'll be use, and then we are going to say search for eternal blue. Use that. Is that what it's looking for? Yep. Okay, cool. What option allows you to select the target host? Okay, so it would be set our host, and then whatever the our host would be, and that would be the guy that you're actually attacking. How do you select target port? Set our port. What command allows you to set options? Set. How would you set SMB pass to username? So we type in something like set SMB pass. Set SMB pass to username. Set SMB user to whatever else. Okay. And now that I set that, we say show options, and we see that SMB pass is now username. Alright, and that is also optional too. It's not required, right? It's not required, not required, not required. Okay. How would you set it to? Yep. What option sets the architecture to be exploited? Now that link right there. Verify architecture, verify target. Sets the architecture to be exploited, huh? I do not know. Maybe it's ARCH though? I wonder how we actually use that. x86 or /64? Can I do that? Architect.com. I guess if I could probably do more than one, I guess that's probably what it is. Probably if I could do more than one architecture on there, I'll do it like that. So what option sets the payload to be sent to the target machine? Payload. So we would set payload. And if we were to hit tab twice, we can see all the payloads that we can run. Okay. Or show payloads, see all the payloads that we could try to do against it. Once you've finished setting up all the required options, how would you run the exploit? Usually I type in run, but you can also type in exploit. run something in the background. That would be tag J. We usually use that with use exploit multi-handler. And if we don't want it running and we want to, be able to still be able to get into a Metasploit or into like an interpreter session we already have open, we do run tag J. Set all of our options to run tag J, and that would put it in the background. How do you list all the current sessions? I usually do session tag I. And then that would be all the current sessions. That would hop into like session 1 or whatever else, or whatever other session was open. That's how you hop into it, sessions, and then with the number. So now we have Metasploit interpreter. Okay, so with an interpreter, let's go ahead and actually get the final walkthrough here. That machine's already started. So it wants us to use this, use exploit multi-HP, because we're not going to be able to get an interpreter session without actually getting into one, right? So let's do this realistically. Okay, we'll do an mmap tag p tac, tag vv, tag pn. All right, we got port 80s up and running. Let's go ahead and see what's on that port 80. Mmap tag p80, tag sc, right? Like we just learned. Tag sv, figure out what the version is, right? And let's go ahead and also go into that port 80 there. Okay, we see a Nostromo 1.96. I mean, that's pretty much like kind of thrown out there, like, hey, use me. Then we also see over here, version is Nostromo 1.96. So we're going to do a search exploit for Nostromo. And we do have a 1.96 remote code execution through Python. And we also have this Ruby shell like right here, directory traversal remote code execution through Ruby, which is most likely going to be within Metasploit. So let's try to look up, we'll search for Nostromo. And we do find something. Okay, let's go ahead and use 0. Show options, right? Set our L host to myself, to my tunnel IP address. Set our R host to him. Our R port is good because it was on port 80. Let's go ahead and stop the mmap scan. Don't need an SSL certificate. There is no virtual host because it didn't change its name to like www.nostromo.com or anything like that, or nostromo.thm. So we should just be able to type in run now, and that should work, or exploit. And we do get a command shell session. So if I do an ID, I'm not going to see anything because now I'm just an asshole. But yeah, we do get a command shell, and we should be able to see stuff here in like a little bit here. Let's go ahead and background this. Well, if you background all of Metasploit, just type in FG, and you'll be back in, okay? I just stopped the exploit. I'm sending it back again at it. I'm just going to give it a second to open, see if it actually gets in, hops in there. Might just take a minute. I don't know yet. There we go. Okay, so we're in now. Let's go and Control Z that. We're going to background the session, and we're going to search for shell 2. And we do see the shell to interpreter. Let's go ahead and use 0. Show options. And we're going to set our session. Probably with session tag I, right? See what the session is. We have session 2. Let's go ahead and set session to 2. And we'll run that. Or exploit, whichever one you want to type in. And that guy's sending it through like right now. And now we can do this interpreter session, like right here. This interpreter section also. So this one like right here is once you've run the exploit. Ideally, it will give you a few things, a regular command shell or interpreter shell, right? We have upgraded our command shell to a interpreter shell, at least we're trying to. Alright, and it looks like it works. If I do sessions 3, we now have an interpreter shell. If I do get UID, I should be the same 1001 user that was up here. 1001. Okay. So we're good. We now have an interpreter session. So let's go ahead, and what command allows you to download files? So now we have an interpreter session, question mark. Alright, we can scroll up to download files. We would do download. Alright, so let's go ahead and see if there's anything on here. So cd into /home, I guess. CD edit. So we can go ahead and download this guy right here if we want to. And as you can see, it's trying to download it like right now. I'm deleting this because I don't want it on my thing. As you can see, we are downloading Nostromo like right now. We are downloading their whole page, right? That whole directory that was in there. We're getting it, okay? Now if we want to stop this, Control C stops it. We'll remove that. Make sure that it is actually removed. It is. Okay, cool. Alright, so that's how we download. Well, now let's go ahead and upload something, right? So let's upload shell.rogue-potato.git, okay? I'm just going to remove that too as soon as we're done with this. So let's go ahead and upload now rogue potato. And that's not going to work probably because I can't upload it into that part. CD into temp, and we'll do it again. Upload. Most likely just can't upload. Yep, I could not upload it into his home directory. That's all that was. Okay, so I did upload in temp by doing ls-tag-la. Remember, this is temp on that machine, not on my machine. Okay, so if I go to shell, if I type in cd into temp ls-tag-la, we can see there's our rogue potato right there, and the strong one was the one that uploaded it. Okay, so let's go ahead and Control X, yes, or Control C. We can terminate that shell. Don't terminate the interpreter shell. Remove that guy. So we did our download and upload. How do you list all running processes? We do PS. There we are. Here's our different running processes in here with our parent IDs. How do you change processes? Usually we do this in Windows machines. I think we can do it in Linux also. Let's go ahead and migrate into, I don't know, BIOS set? I don't know. 130? Yeah, I think so. 742? Okay. Let's say, I don't think, we usually do it in Windows, not in Linux machines. So what command lists files in the current directory? ls. You saw me do it ls-tag-la. Let's go list all the stuff plus hidden stuff. What's up?
Do you know where Mom is?
Mom's sleeping. What's up?
Oh, I wanted to show you what I could do.
Okay, I'll look in a minute, okay? Alright, so how do you execute a command on the remote host? Execute, so if we want to execute something on here, so let me see here, let me try to find something we can actually execute. We could try to execute shell.php. I guess we could upload shell.php, could do that. Then we could try to execute shell.php, which is probably not going to. Let's execute tech-f shell.php. And it did actually execute it. Process 772 is created, so if I do a PS, we should actually see a shell.php in here now. It says 7072, right? No, it doesn't look like it actually worked. 772 is not on here, so. But, tried to do it. Alright, so things like that. Okay, so we could upload shell.exe. Then we could try to do the same thing with a execute tech-f shell.exe. Alright, it says that process 773 is created. Around Linux machine, we just try to execute executable. That's not going to work, right? But, you know, we can. That's how you do that. Or you can just go into shell. That's how I like to do it. I just do like a, you know, /shell.php. You know, like you normally would. Permission denied. Okay, whatever. Don't care. Alright, we could always change mode +X shell.php, and then /shell. It probably won't work, but yeah. So, Control C, yes. Alright. Continuing on, we have what command starts an interactive shell. We've already done that shell. How do you find files on a target host system? Now, this one, like right here, I do not remember. It's going to question mark. I thought it was locate. It is not locate. We have sysinfo, which you always want to look at, like right there. How do we find ARP, which is one of the things I always look at first. Print working directory. Okay, right, EID, transfer, sleep session, secure, run, resource, requit. I think it would be like a find or like a locate or something like that. Machine ID, load, info, channel, background. Yeah, see, I do not know. You guys go into it and just find it like that. But we could try to look it up, huh? Let's try to look it up. Let's go ahead and do files interpreter. Search. This is just search. It is search. Okay, so can we search for something here? Search for shell.exe. I don't think search is a thing anymore. Yeah, because it does not. I don't think search is actually a thing anymore. Do you have to like load search or anything like that? Load sniffer, no. Load kiwi. Do that, but no. I don't know. I don't think search is a thing anymore. How do you get now? Put a file on a remote host. That's gonna be cat. Okay. Cat. You know, shell.php. We can see that like right there. There's our file. Okay. So on Windows machine, if you don't remember that's type in the command line, you can always back out and do it like that. And how do you put an interpreter shell in the background? I usually press Control-Z, but you can also type in background if you want to. And then sessions, tech I. We see that session 3 is an interpreter session, right? So let's go ahead and do this next part. Okay. So yep, we want to just do that. So we did that, right? And we did set our remote host. Have we actually done this yet? We have. We did our shell. We already got to the interpreter session and everything. So we did our remote host and everything. How do you set the remote port? Set our port. How do you set listening address your machine? Set lhost. Exploit the machine. We did that. Okay. And what is the name of the secret directory in var Nostromo ht docs? Okay. So let's go ahead and sessions 3, and we're going to go into cd into var Nostromo. /ht docs. We'll do a dir so we can show that we can also do that too, or an ls-la, it doesn't matter. Okay, and we go cd into secret, so that's obviously the secret directory, ls-la, and we can go ahead and cat nice. And there we go. Also, if I do pwd, we can see like right here that that's my print working directory, and is it getwd? Yep, that'll also show my working directory. So there we go. So that is, man, quite a few modules so far. I think we'll stop there for the first section of this. We did 1 through 10 so far, right? So we can stop there for the first section of this. I was actually going to start the final exam, but I don't know yet. Got like 30 minutes. We could start it, see if we can get anywhere with it. You know, we're missing quite a few things in here. We haven't done SQL injection, hash crack, or anything of that yet, but you know, we can do the final and go back through and do all these also, or maybe fail the final and go back through, do all those, and pass it. Guess we'll find out, huh? Guess we'll find out. We won't know. We won't know until we know. Alright, I got about 30 seconds. I'm going to go see what my stepdaughter wanted to show me. Be right back. Alright, we are back. So we got 10.10.1.147. Let's go ahead and make a directory for this now. Exit attack Y, clear that out. Exit, exit. And we will go ahead and we will cd into desktop, try hack me. We will make a directory for CC Pentesting. cd into there. And we have nothing in there, okay? Cool. Let's go ahead and start up an mmap scan, tac BV, tac 4. We just talked about mmap. We got an 80 and 22. Let's go ahead and start up a nicto scan on 80. Tac URL. HTTP. There we go. While that's going, let's go ahead and look at it, and we'll also start up a GoBuster scan too. We have just a Apache default web page, so let's go ahead and start up a GoBuster on it. GoBuster dir attack-u. All right, and we will throw this in there. HTTP wabam. There we go. And let's see what we got so far. Index.html, so we know it's not using PHP, we know it's using HTML. We do also have a secret. I'm going to check that out right there. Nothing's in there. So maybe you have to do a recursive lookup, maybe there's nothing in here. Let's go ahead and do a /secret. See if we get anything in there. It just keeps going. Or this may be fake. I don't know. We're also just using common.txt. We're not using medium wordless. We're using common like right now. Maybe I should do medium wordless. Let's try it with medium. Let's try it like that. So let's try a Rust scan over here. Maybe get something like a little bit faster here. Cause right now it's moving pretty slow. We got 22 and 80 obviously. Apache server is 2.4.18. This guy's not really finding much. No CGI directories. He's now getting a whole bunch of errors. I'm using Rust scan. Hate these things sometimes. Hate going to VPN sometimes. That's what I really hate. So he's done. That Rust scan is saying, hey, that's it. So that's kind of strange, and all we found so far is secret and nothing else. Well, secret about login. Found secret. Haven't found anything else yet. What's the dir attack-u? Regular IP address, not secret maybe? With that medium.txt in there? Not getting anything up here yet. Remember, tech-r would do a recursive lookup also. I don't think Nick goes find anything, so we're going to go ahead and stop that. Figure that out. So I'm going to do a search exploit. Let's go ahead and actually do an MF scan. Attack P80, 480. There we go. Try some more of that. See what we get. Search exploit, I guess, for Apache 2.4.1. Whoa, excuse me. We got 2.4.17 through that. It's PHP local, so that could be it. I mean, we can look at search exploit again, see what that actually says. Log local privilege escalation. That's not really help us out too much. We're not in it at all. We have Apache PHP. We don't have a PHP in here, as far as we know. It's running HTML, no PHP. Because we had index.html. We can always look at that, actually. But it should be just that default page again. Yep. Wonder if it's /secret.html. Nope, that's not it. Okay. So still just try to find stuff in here. Hopefully we do. Hopefully find something. Spillbuster. Attack you. Executable, back. So something like this. It did have us do, you know, while I was looking for like TAC X and stuff like that. So let's do something like this. You also try it with Zap too. Let's try it with Zap also. Throw Zap at it and see what we get. See if we get anything back with Zap. Start. Let's do an automated scan. Update all. Automated scan. Throw that in there. So let's go ahead and attack that guy. Ooh, man, this thing's going crazy, huh? This guy's still trying. This guy's going insane up here. He's going insane over here, so. And Zap is working on it also, so this site's getting beat up pretty badly right now. Sitemap.xml. Is that robots.txt? Did it say it had a robots.txt? Almost text over here. Yeah, okay. What is all this? WebSock is like crazy. What is happening with this thing? Wow. Let's go ahead and spider the site. We'll do a attack spider on him. Start scan. See if we can find out secrets in here. Doesn't look like you can, huh? Let's try that secret. I want to attack it like that. Jesus Christ. This is just a big, there's a secret like right there. Yeah, this got turned into a shit show up here, isn't it? Let's try that. Let's try that like right there. Keep that guy up and running like right there. And we'll see, not see anything over here secret. Get. Kind of want to spider that secret site. Attack, spider him. Select. Start scan. See anything in there? We got the secret slash. I feel like it's like a directory, but it's not a directory. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's kind of confusing me, like right there. It's a directory or not? We have an index HTML. This one's gonna be a pain, huh? Gotta be something with that secret though. Let's try it with slash secret. Try it like that. Seeing all these secrets up here, 0 bytes in it though. I'm thinking there's gotta be something else on the other side of this thing. Secret slash something. Surprised there's no SMB or anything like that, since SMB is on here. Surprised there's nothing like that. We had that secrets that we found so far. Okay, we have secret.text now. Secret slash secret.text. Okay, so we got a password here. That looks like it might be encoded though. Let's go ahead and do a echo that into user path.text. This looks like a, is that encoded? Like base 64? Well, let's find out, see if that's encoded or not. SHA-1 conversion reverse lookup. There seem to be connections with stage 1. Okay. Hash analyzer, yeah. Hash analyzer. Let's see if this is a hash analyzer. So it is. It's SHA-1 hash. Okay. So that's just SHA-1. So we should be able to actually throw that into. Let's go ahead and do a nano pass.text. Should probably name that move pass.text to hash.text. Let's go ahead and do a John text. Well, we don't really need a format, I don't think. Word list. Boom, boom. Hash.text. We're not going to do format equals NT. Can do fork equals 4 because the format's not NT. And it's nyan. That's what it looks like to me. So it looks like it might be the username and password. I wonder if we can SSH and do nyan at the IP address here. Let's try to SSH into him at that IP address, right? And it looks like the password is nyan, according to John the Ripper, and it is. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and do a pass.text echo nyan into pass.text. There we go. Now if I cat pass.text, there we go. Now I can echo nyan. Okay, let's do it like this. And we'll append that into user pass.text. So now if I cat user pass.text, there it is, nyan. Okay. Do ls-la. We can cat our user.text. We got that. Super new. Okay, cool. And then we have our root.text. Do a sudo tech-l. We'll do, and I can run bin-su, so I should just actually be able to run sudo su. Guys, do that. And yep, now we're root. cd in the root. And there we go. Alright, cool. So we did that one like right there. Once we found out that, you know, it was attack X and then whatever else. So we did our final exam already. But we will continue going through the CC pen testing. I think it's going to be a fun one. Back to the basics, just like it says on the channel there. We're going back to the basics and trying to do as much as what we can in here. So tomorrow or next day's video or whatever, we'll probably have section 4, 5, and maybe 6. I don't know. We might get into SMB. And I mean, if we did that, then yeah, this video would be just a couple sections long, which would be just fine. So hopefully you guys liked it. I had a lot of fun. I had fun in that end part too. That final exam. It was actually harder than what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be an Metasploit thing, hop in there, be done with it. But, yep. Thank you everyone, and yeah, you all have a good one.